All right, 3-3, polynomial identities. We're going to be looking at some factoring and some rules that allow us to kind of shortcut factoring just a little bit. So in example 1, it's telling us to prove the polynomial identity. That's not nearly as scary as it sounds. We take what we learned in 3-2, which was multiplying. And we're going to do a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. This would be a great spot to pause, try it on your own, see what you get, and see if yours matches what I get. Okay, so once I do this, I notice that these middle terms cancel and these middle terms cancel. So I am just left with a cubed plus b cubed. So yes, this factored form is equal to the same thing as this, and we proved that with some algebra. I will cover the other examples, but I do want to jump over here to example 3b. To use this, actually, I'm going to back up a little bit and start here. So when we factor, so let's look at a cubed minus b cubed, since we've already got the answer to the plus there. It will always factor as a binomial and a trinomial, meaning 2 terms and then 3 terms. And what we do is take the cube root of our first term and the cube root of our second term. So in this case, the cube root of a cubed is just a. The cube root of b cubed is b. Then, in both of these, the beginning and the end, we take whatever was there and square it. And put it in the correct spot. So the first one goes in the first slot and the last one goes in the last one. So it looks like this. Since a is in that first spot here, this becomes a squared. Since b is in that spot, the last spot here becomes b squared. And your middle term here is just multiply those two in the binomial. So in this case, a, b. Okay. And for our signs, we're going to do the acronym SOAP. And it stands for same, opposite, and always positive. Okay. So this example was minus, that's the same. Plus is the opposite, and always positive. You notice here in this one it was plus, we had the same sign, opposite, always positive. So those are your identities, and here's what it looks like on that example 3b that I was referring to. So the cube root of x cubed is just x, and the cube root of 216 is 6. If you ever don't know and you think it's a perfect square, go to Desmos. Find your keyboard there at the bottom and then make it pop up. I'm going to have to hit some different buttons. I think for you on a Chromebook, it should just like pop up and you don't have to go searching for it. I'm going to have to go searching for it. And it's down at the very bottom here. And then I can do 3 and then 216. Okay. And then, so now I'm ready to factor. So my binomial is x and 6. Then I square both of those and put them in the front and back. Careful, don't just write 6 squared. 6 squared is 36. So write that number down. And then in the middle is 6x because that's what x times 6 is. Now I apply SOAP. Minus for the same, plus for the opposite, and then always positive. Now I have completed factored form.